Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from Russia. We have a report that Ukraine fired a bunch of missiles towards the Belgorod region, which is just over the border of Ukraine, just last night, like towards the evening. So we've got a picture here. These are some of the missiles that were flying through the skies as they were on their way to the Belgorod region, fired from Ukraine. And I know some of you might be thinking, were these US made missiles that were launched over here? And that's something we're trying to figure out. I've got lots of information on X saying that these were HIMARS missiles that were launched towards the Belgorod region. Now, understand that if these were HIMARS missiles that were used to target Russia, then this would be Russia's red line that they were never okay with when they've said that, hey, if you start striking our soil with US made missiles, then we will respond, and most likely even nuclear response in return to that. So I will say that many news media outlets are not really reporting this event right now. I had to find this on the TASS news agency, which is a Russian news agency, and there's many like small publications, media outlets that are reporting this, but no mainstream media like CNN, NBC, CBS News, nothing like that is reporting this from what I understand or from what I've seen. So yeah, we like I said, there's at least 8 missiles, maybe even more. There could have been like 12 or more. And the people in the Belgorod region heard over 40 explosions, maybe more in that area. So yeah, it looks like we had at least 8 missiles that were fired, and these could have been HIMARS rockets that were fired from Ukraine. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and dive deeper into this and figure out what's going on here and see if we can debunk or dissect what really happened. So the TASS News Russian news agency says about 40 explosions heard in skies over borderline city of Belgorod. The governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said that the result of the Ukrainian forces' air attack, 4 houses in the village of Razumnoye, I don't know if I'm saying that right, were damaged. So what do we have here? We've got civilian infrastructure being targeted, houses being destroyed in the Belgorod region, which is not the first time that we've really seen this, to be honest with you. But typically, what we see from Ukraine is a lot of times they really go after Russia's oil depots or their oil terminals, not so much civilian infrastructure. And that was actually something that Joe Biden, along with like the German chancellor, when Germany was giving them permission as well, stating that they could target Russia, but only apparently they only had permission to target military equipment or troops, not not civilian infrastructure. So it says here, Belgorod on June 1st, about 20 explosions have sounded in the skies above the borderline city of Belgorod after a missile warning siren went off. The Russian air defense system is working, a TASS correspondent reported. So apparently they were shooting a lot of these down. Their air defenses were active in that area. It says street loudspeakers are warning local people about the missile threat and siren sound. So I did see a video too. It was basically a loudspeaker telling everybody to stay away from the windows, things like that, while the area was being under attack by these rockets or missiles, whatever was fired. Later, a TASS correspondent reported around 20 more explosions have been heard in the skies over the city of Belgorod. A total of about 40 explosions were heard within 15 minutes. Russian air defenses have brought down air targets when approaching the city of Belgorod, the region's governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said, adding that no casualties were reported so far. So that's good news. Thankfully, nobody was injured or killed in these attacks from what we know here. But look at how it says here, where they say brought down air targets. They just call them air targets. So they don't say anything about US made weapons or anything like that. HIMARS rockets. They don't even really say rockets or missiles. They just say air targets. So that's very strange, the way that they're reporting this. So our air defense system has worked over Belgorod and the Belgorod region. Here it is again, quote unquote, air targets were shot down on the approach to the city. According to preliminary information, there are no casualties, Gladkov wrote on his Telegram channel. The governor said that as a result of Ukrainian forces' air attack, 4 houses in the village of Razumnoye were damaged. A fire started on the roof of a private house, but was promptly extinguished. Windows were smashed in another house. In addition, 2 other houses were reported to be damaged. A vehicle was hit with shrapnel. So it looks like we had like some civilian homes and vehicles that were hit or damaged, maybe destroyed. But thankfully, again, no one was killed in these attacks. But like I said, very strange here that they're saying that these were just air targets. They're not. If you notice, they don't say missile, rocket, anything like that. But then we get video footage, which I'll be showing you here in a little bit, of actual missiles being fired from Ukraine into the Belgorod region. So I don't know what's really going on here. I don't know why they're. It seems like they're downplaying this. Maybe they don't want anybody to know that this was, missiles. Maybe they were U.S. made missiles. We have no idea. But I'm going to be showing you a few other things here on X that basically show the opposite. Okay, and again, we're not 100% sure here what's really going on, but based on what I'm finding on X, it's stating here, and even on other small publications, they're stating that these were U.S. made HIMARS rockets that were fired into the Belgorod region with the attack that we are talking about just yesterday. So I don't know. Let's take a look here. So I've got a couple things here brought up for you on X that we're gonna review. So this one's from Lord Bebo. Breaking: U.S. weapons hit Russia. Russian soldiers publish footage of HIMARS rocket debris from the Belgorod region. These rockets are claimed to be shot down over the Belgorod region today. And he says, so it begins. And what he means by that is, so now we're starting to see the U.S. using their weapons striking Russian soil, which is a major red line for Russia. They've clearly stated, Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Medvedev, the Kremlin spokesman, I completely forgot his name now. Dmitry Peskov, that's what it is. He came out and said as well that multiple times they were not okay with U.S. made weapons striking their territory. But yeah, we got a 30-second clip here. I don't believe there's any sound to this, so we'll kind of just narrate for you and take a look at this. And these are Russian soldiers finding pieces of, I believe these are HIMARS rockets, HIMARS rocket debris, as it says there, that they were finding. So let's look at this real quick. I don't believe there's any sound. Yeah, so just like a slideshow, they're showing the markings here on this equipment that they found. There's like, I don't know if these are serial numbers or part numbers, whatever these are. Maybe they can trace these back to being U.S.-made weapons. But they're claiming here supposedly that these are HIMARS rockets that they're finding. Here's one that crashed into a ground. And then I don't know what these are. I don't know if these are like the charges or something that are on there. Maybe on the back end of the rockets. Don't really know, but this is being widely reported right now on X, where they're showing these Russian troops that found these pieces of rockets, and they're taking pictures of them after they crashed in the Belgorod region, and these were supposedly from the attack yesterday. So again, very strange. It's definitely being downplayed. If these really were HIMARS rockets targeting Russia, Russia's really not even coming out and saying so that it really was this. So I don't know. Very, very strange, guys. Just wanted to share that with you. But take a look at this too. This is from OZNT Technical. Ukrainian forces reportedly mounted a large-scale missile attack into Russia's Belgorod Oblast tonight, just across the border from Kharkiv. This comes roughly 24 hours after the U.S. approved the use of U.S.-supplied weapons against Russian targets in the area. So note here too that yes, he's claiming that this was 24 hours roughly after the U.S. approved them to start striking Russian territory. But they did say that under one condition, they could strike targets in the Kharkiv region over the border into Russia. And as far as I know, Belgorod is really not too far away from Kharkiv. I don't know if Belgorod it would be considered like the Kharkiv region or close to the Kharkiv region. To my understanding, I don't think it is, but it is relatively close to Kharkiv. So I don't know if they're considering that as an area that they could attack. So let's take a look at this video. It's 27 seconds, and we're going to see some rockets being fired, and I believe being taken out by air defense. So let's look at this. Well, that's got to be absolutely horrifying, hearing these sirens going off late at night when you're about to go to bed, and then seeing these missiles coming in. And clearly, according to this video, what we are seeing here is some sort of rockets or missiles being fired into the area. I mean, look at that. That's clearly some type of missile or rocket being fired. It doesn't look like anything too big. So these could have been HIMARS rockets. So I don't know. Very strange, guys. Let me know what you think down below regarding this. But clearly, this was some sort of rocket attack on the Belgorod region. But the real question is was this U.S. supplied HIMARS, or I don't think it was ATACMS or anything. I'm not hearing anything about ATACMS. Most likely HIMARS, which, as far as I know, would be able to reach the Belgorod region. The range of them could make it. So look at this too from Nexta. Ukraine, according to independent experts, has started using U.S. weapons to shell Russian territory. Russian sources claim that the AFU has fired dozens of missiles and drones at the Russian city of Belgorod since Friday evening. Since yesterday, Kiev has been authorized to attack Russian territory near the Kharkiv region using most Western weapons. Independent observers are also confirmed the fact of night attacks on Belgorod last night. The footage shows at least 8 missiles being fired from an M142 HIMARS launcher south of Vovchansk, after which air alerts rang in Russia, OZNT Defender noted. So, yeah, apparently, according to this information from Nexto, who usually supplies some pretty reliable information, I've posted or talked about a lot of his posts here on X. And what we're hearing from him, too, according to OZNT Defender, which I talk about OZNT Defender a lot as well, they're all stating here that these were HIMARS attacks in the Belgorod region. So, again, we're not able to 100% verify this, but from what it looks like here on X, from what the information that I find, it looks like these were HIMARS rockets being used. So finally, this is from OZNT Defender that Nexta was talking about. So the Ukrainian armed forces appear to have likely launched their first attack on the Belgorod region of western Russia, utilizing U.S.-provided weapons, with footage appearing to show the launch of at least 8 rockets from an M142 HIMARS to the south of Vovchansk, followed by air defense explosions being seen and heard over the city of Belgorod. So we've got 3 videos that we're going to take a look here. We'll go into each one and kind of talk about it. So let's see what we got. So right here, we've just got a quick 6-second clip of some sort of rocket fired at night. And, is this HIMARS rockets? We have no idea. And I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe the Russians will come out and state that they were attacked by U.S.-made HIMARS rockets. But something as well, when I started trying to research this, that I found was this may have not been the first time that Belgorod's been attacked by HIMARS rockets, which is very interesting. Because normally what's reported is these HIMARS are used inside of Ukraine, like in these territories that were taken by Russia during the start of the war. But I was able to find a couple reports that apparently the Belgorod region may have come under attack previously, back towards, I don't know if it was like 2023 or 2022, but it was a while back where I saw that. So I don't know. Very, very strange with that too. So let's take a look at this. So again, we see some explosions up here in the corner, and we hear that siren going off here in Belgorod as well. So you definitely, like I see from these videos, these are for sure some sort of missile, maybe drone attacks. These could be drones here too that we're seeing, maybe drones getting shot down in the sky. Maybe we just can't see them, and the air defense is taking them out. But we do know for sure that over the last few days, the Belgorod region has been targeted quite a bit, not only with drones, but potentially rockets or missiles that we're seeing in these videos, which could be HIMARS rockets for all we know. So we got one more thing to take a look at. So let's see what we got. So here's another video with more confirmation that these are definitely some sort of rockets or missiles being fired. We can see them flying this direction over here, and then the air defense is taking them out. There's one right there. There's one right here flying over here, and then it's going to blow up there. There it is right there. So yeah, guys, why is this being downplayed? Why is mainstream media not reporting on this? I'm not really sure why, but we do know, like I said, that the Belgorod region has come under attack, and multiple times over the last couple of days since like Thursday. Unfortunately, on Thursday, I don't think I was able to cover this this attack on the Belgorod region, but I started covering it as far as yesterday on Friday. And we know that Ukraine launched massive attacks, not just in the Belgorod region, but I reported that the Krasnodar region got hit. There was the port of Kavkaz down near Crimea that got hit as well. Those were like oil depots and oil terminals. So we know that Ukraine was targeting several areas in the south near Crimea, but up in Belgorod, I don't know what their objective was. I'm not sure what they were just trying to target, whether they were just kind of trying to launch these over here to maybe trigger Russia and get some sort of response for them. Like it seems to me like Ukraine is either being told to try to start a war, or maybe they themselves want to start a war to try to drag NATO into this. I don't know. I'm just speculating really there based on what I'm seeing. But let me know what you think down below, though. Do you think that these were HIMARS rockets that were used, or some sort of U.S. made weaponry? Or maybe even Western allies, maybe some European weaponry. We have no idea, to be honest. But like I said, mainstream media is kind of saying that this was just some sort of attack. They're calling them air targets. But clearly in these videos and the information we're finding on X says the opposite, that these were M142 HIMARS rockets that were fired from south of Vovchansk in Ukraine over to the Belgorod region. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.